What is going on, guys and girls? My name is James and welcome back today to Roblox. How are you doing, everyone? Welcome back, welcome back. Today we are in Bee Swarm Simulator, but we are going to be talking all things Beekeepers because as you may have seen late last night, Beekeepers was content claim deleted from Roblox. So yeah, as of right this moment, there is no Beekeepers to play. It is gone. You cannot play it right now. And I thought I would jump in and try and give you guys as much information as I know about that, and also a bit of history about Beekeepers itself, because it's been a bit of a bumpy ride, all things considered, and yeah, this sort of new situation is not ideal for the game, or for the people who enjoy playing it. So, we're going to cover all of that in today's video, but just before we do, I feel like we should claim this here hive. Should we do it? 3, 2, 1, claim the hive! How are we doing, everybody? Hopefully you guys and girls are doing amazing. It's nearly Christmas, I cannot believe it, and you know what? I was just looking and I was like, oh, I cannot wait for Beesmas 2020 in Bee Swarm. I'm so excited. So yeah, just in case you're curious, as of right this moment, there is absolutely no information about anything that is coming to Beesmas 2020. So of course, you know, we like to cover that information as soon as it comes out. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Anything that's official and is coming to Beesmas 2020, any, you know, leaks, anything that on it says, anything like that, we will cover on the channel. There's like a bunch of fake stuff going around right now, but none of it's real. So yeah, make sure you come to the channel just to check if stuff is real or not. If I haven't made a video on it, chances are it's not true. But anyway, so as I mentioned, Beekeepers is down for the second time. And yeah, this is not very lucky when it comes to Beekeepers. So the reason why I wanted to make this video as well is because we have been playing it on the channel over the past week or so. And you know what? I actually really enjoyed playing it. We only managed to do, I think, 3 episodes, but I was going to jump in to record today, and we were essentially going to do all of the end game stuff. So I think there was a couple of new codes. I was just about to get 25 bees, and I was going to go and buy all of the new gear. I was going to try and get some perfect stuff, all of that. But unfortunately, we cannot play the game right now. So fingers crossed the game actually comes back at some point, but I kind of wanted to give you guys the information about it because you're probably curious and maybe some of you guys are kind of annoyed about it. And yeah, hopefully this video helps. Right, okay, so I think in order to actually talk about this properly, I feel like we should go back in time to the original version of Beekeepers and let you guys know about that kind of situation, the drama and the controversy behind that game, what happened eventually, and then try and compare it to what's happened this time. So I think that might be kind of interesting, but essentially the original version of Beekeepers we did play on the channel as well, and this was released I think around 6 months ago. So this game got taken down, and this I believe was by Onnit. So yeah, this is what Onnit had to say about it a little bit after it got taken down. This was a long time ago, by the way. This wasn't the recent one, and from what I can tell so far, Onnit hasn't said anything publicly, but I don't believe that Onnit has anything to do with this second takedown. So yeah, like there's no need to like get mad at him and stuff because I don't think he has anything to do with it right now. But yeah, he was sort of involved with the first lot, and this is what he said about it. He said, "Since I've gotten so many questions lately about it, here are my thoughts on Beekeepers. I think it's a really cool project, and it's an impressive recreation that adds some creative new features. But at its core, it's still a clone of Bee Swarm Simulator. I understand it's a fan game, but what they have done by renaming it and trying to monetize it has kind of crossed the line from a fan game towards an attempt to profit off essentially stolen intellectual property. Redrawing decals is still a violation of copyright. For example, you can't use a fan drawing of a Pikachu in your game." So, we've done a lot of fan-made games on the channel. Like, it was a series that we've done and we still do, and it's really fun, where you jump into everyone's Bee Swarm recreations and now idea servers and stuff. But the difference between those and the original Beekeepers was those weren't trying to sell items in-game for Robux. Now, Beekeepers obviously plays as a Bee Swarm style collection game, and the original one did have lots of assets in the game which were identical to those of Bee Swarm Simulator. So just off the top of my head, I remember that the eggs looked the same, I think. The microconverters looked exactly the same. I think the royal jelly and the star jelly and stuff, I think those looked exactly the same. There were NPC bears. I think some of the bees looked the same as well. They were the same shape. And yeah, it was just a little bit too close to the original Bee Swarm, and Onnit wasn't particularly happy with that. But he then goes on to say that if they are going to keep promoting it and want to turn it into a legitimate game, they'll need to do some serious redesigning. That means all cloned characters, items, locations, etc. will need to be sufficiently changed so that they aren't attempting to imitate Bee Swarm Simulator. It's sort of like what happened to Pokemon Brick Bronze. Nintendo took it down, but they were able to recreate it into Lumion Legacy, which is a game inspired by Pokemon, but still fully its own unique game. So what he's saying here is essentially, I'll just carry on actually. The problem with Beekeepers was they decided to turn it into a for-profit alternative to Bee Swarm Simulator while still fundamentally relying on the Bee Swarm Simulator IP. Examples, gameplay, stats, characters, drawings, etc. So this was the reason why the initial game was taken down, but the Beekeepers team went away and for I guess the past 4 or 5 months or whatever, were working on the new version that we played and came out last week. So it's kind of fairly controversial, and here's the thing, you know, like I'm not associated with any of these games other than I'm just someone who comes and plays them and I enjoy playing them. You know, so Beekeepers isn't my game, Bee Swarm Simulator is not my game, but you know, we're involved with the community and I think it's kind of interesting to talk about this and the community's reaction and stuff. So Beekeepers for the second time, it was already controversial the first time, and the second time it was also fairly controversial. You know, the like and dislike ratio on the game I think was about 60% upvotes. So, you know, there were people that really didn't like it, there were people that really enjoyed it, and for what it's worth, I actually really enjoyed playing it. I thought it was fun. And I thought there was some really innovative ideas in there, especially around the beehive. Obviously, you had the queen bee, you had the larvae, you had the treats with different tiers, you had, like, the way you place them, which was really cool. You had the NPC butterflies, which I thought were really nice. You had the tool grading system, you know, all of those things that they've tried to change from the actual Bee Swarm Simulator, even as much as they changed the shape of the bees, so they were like big round fat boys, which I thought was cool as well. Now logically, based off what Onnit said there previously, I think that the game may have changed enough for it not to be a problem with Onnit. And, you know, as I said, like, Onnit hasn't said anything right now. You know, if he does say something, then I'll share that with you guys. But I don't believe that as of this moment, Onnit has anything to do with the second takedown. But I did get this tweet yesterday, and yeah, this one is from this lovely looking duck called Jude. Thank you, Jude. And this is basically some screenshots from one of the Beekeepers developers on, I guess, their Discord, talking about Beekeepers when it got taken down straight away. So this is like the immediate reaction, and it's a little bit confusing. To be honest, it's something that I don't want to comment on too much right now because I don't know much about it, and it would be wrong for me to do that. But from what it seems like, there's 2 development teams. So there's the Beekeepers development team, and there's another Bee Swarm style game called The Bee's History. And these 2 teams, or people on those teams, don't really like each other. It's a bit of a feud going on. It's a bit of an issue, apparently. And there's like talk about assets being stolen by this other game, and I don't know too much about it. I don't want to get involved really, to be honest, but there's a bit of drama going on in there. So initially, Beekeepers thought that it was this other game that DMCA'd them. I'll talk about more of that in just a second, but essentially, this guy here is saying that Onnit has been contacted, I guess, to check if it was him or not. I don't know what he said just yet. Roblox have also been contacted, and as of right this moment, they're doing everything that they can to get Beekeepers back. So with any luck, the game might come back fairly soon. The problem is, though, the developer is most worried about the data stores being wiped out. So this means that if the data stores are wiped out, everybody loses their in-game progress. Now, it's, as I kind of mentioned, like, the game's a little bit unlucky. So on the first day when it came out, everyone's data got wiped anyway because there was like a bug. They fixed that, and then the game got taken down, and everybody might lose all of their progress again anyway. So fingers crossed that doesn't happen. You know, I had like pretty much nearly a full beehive, and I had some really nice bees, and we redeemed all the codes and everything. So if we were to lose that, that would kind of suck. You know, I think everybody would be in the same boat with that. Now, in terms of the Robux purchases, maybe you bought a new bee, or maybe you bought some honey. I don't know. I feel like if those are credited to your Roblox account, then that should be fine. But there is a chance that those might also have been gone, which would be terrible, and that's kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie, like, I really like Beekeepers, but if they lose everybody's Robux purchases and don't somehow find a way to like refund those or use them in a different game, then that's going to be a bit of an issue because there's real money, isn't it? And when you start playing around with that, that's when things get quite serious. So what I did is I reached out to the Beekeepers developer sort of Twitter page, and I DM'd them and I was like, hey, what's going on? Can you guys give me some information about it? And basically, like, initially they were thinking that it was this other game that took them down. Ooh, legendary sprout. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, they thought that it was this other game that took them down, but apparently they contacted them and they deny it and they say, we don't know what you're talking about, mate. So apparently it wasn't them, and right at this very moment in time, the Beekeepers development team think that Roblox took it down simply because it got report spammed. So obviously, you know, you can report games and stuff on Roblox, and maybe like a bunch of people have been reporting it. I'm not too sure why or how, but the problem with Roblox is Roblox is sometimes a little bit like YouTube. So it's kind of like a takedown first and then ask questions later type situation. And getting in touch with Roblox support and having anything done quickly is always a bit of an issue, to be honest with you. So, you know, if you're using the report function for Roblox for whatever reason, if you've ever used it before, you'll probably realize that it does take a little while for them to get back to you. And sometimes, to be honest, they're not actually that useful. I've been there myself a few times, but essentially, as of right this moment, the Beekeepers development team believe that the game was taken down not due to any kind of copyright claim by Onnit or this other game, but simply because Roblox detected that there was a lot of reports just in general about the game, and it got taken down because of that. Maybe they have some kind of automated system, I don't know, but currently, as I'm making this video, it is still down, and that is the current situation. So yeah, something a little bit different today, but I kind of wanted to just give you guys a bit of history about the game and stuff. I thought, you know, we're so involved with the Bee Swarm community, and, you know, when you have a game like this and you play it on the channel and you enjoy it and stuff, and, you know, some people really like it, some people don't like it, some people react badly to it, you know, there's a bit of drama involved with this, that, and the other. I thought it might be kind of interesting to fill you guys in, keep you guys in the loop. So yeah, fingers crossed the game does come back, and most importantly, fingers crossed that the game comes back with not only people's progress, but with people's Robux purchases that they've spent in that. Hopefully that is the situation. I will let you guys know as soon as possible. Maybe later today, the game might be back up. Who knows? I have no idea. But as of right now, making this video, it is currently gone. It is content deleted. And yeah, we'll just keep an eye on it. And hopefully we'll have some more Beekeepers to play whilst we wait for the Beesmas 2020 update. But yeah, geez, bit of drama, huh? Who would ever thought that a game about bees would be so controversial? So I think, unfortunately, that is going to be about it for this episode here today. We'll get back to regular videos and stuff, but I felt like it was important to let you guys know why the game was down. I imagine there's a few people that are super confused about that. But yeah, we'll get back to regular videos very soon, and I'll see you guys in that one. So until then, thanks, and see ya.